The question is regarding what the discerning difference between contrails and chemtrails. I heard in the video that the contrail is short and dissipates, and the other goes and stays and spreads. Can you elaborate on that, or that I might be able to not be poo-pooed?
Absolutely. Well, there's a contrail, which again dissipates. We saw 3 on the whole way here. Those of us who are aware of the spraying have been documenting it. On a heavy Sunday, we'll see hundreds of trails in airplanes out there. And so a contrail is a condensation trail. It's very similar to when we breathe in cold weather, you know? And when we breathe, you can see our breath, but it dissipates usually quicker. When it's a little more humid and colder, sometimes our breath can be seen a little bit longer, but it dissipates. You never see somebody walking 3 miles and you see a trail of their breath behind them for 3 miles. It just doesn't happen. So that's where I want to address the issue of persistent contrails. My co-producer, G. Edward Griffin, wrote an excellent piece on it. What the official explanation for those who are working tirelessly to cover up these programs and provide this information, they state what we're clearly seeing is persistent contrails. However, persistent contrails are just as natural as contrails. They do not contain the high amounts of aluminum, barium, strontium, and the other fallout that matches geoengineers and numerous patents exactly. So with that being said, a persistent contrail is a contrail that lasts a little bit longer, and they've been seen as far back as World War II. The reason they've been seen in World War II is because those airplanes flew at very low elevations that had very cold air and had very high humidity. Those conditions are very rare. However, they do occur occasionally, not on a daily basis or 5 times a week above the desert and other areas. And the level that they're spraying, again, for a contrail requires very cold weather. But where they're spraying is up in the stratosphere, and there's very rarely much, if any, humidity up in those areas. You will not get persistent contrails in there. So I hope that answers your question. The disinfo agents have been somewhat effective in getting people not to question this, but you know, you can fool some of the people some of the time, you can't fool all the people all the time, and thank God people are waking up. Next question, please.